So in this tutorial, it's all about understanding how your visitors behave on your website and how effective your page is. So that can be tracked using Google Analytics. And this is a beginner's guide. We'll cover 5 things that is really important in terms of configuring your Google Analytics account. Okay, let's start first with setting your Google Analytics account properly. So the requirements of that is you need to have a Gmail and a working website. And I will also tackle like the best practices of configuring your Google Analytics, because I've noticed some of the beginners are tend to create a lot of accounts. Let's say, for example, they have a lot of website and then they tend to create a lot of accounts inside the Google Analytics. So the best practices of that is if you own a lot of website, you can just put those website into one account. And I'm gonna give you a tutorial on how to do that. So if that's quite overwhelming for you, don't worry, just stick around and I'll give you like a quick tutorial of what I'm talking about. And let's begin. First, go to Google Analytics, okay? And then you need to connect your Gmail account. I'm gonna use a fresh Gmail. If you don't have a Gmail, feel free to create. It's free, so let's connect this fresh Gmail account. And then if your Gmail account doesn't have any analytics, this is the window that pop up. So set up for free. It's different if you have already an existing analytics. So I'm gonna use Perfect Cosmetics. This is my domain, and let's call it the Perfect Cosmetics. And then just hit the next, and we will measure the website. And then what's the website name? So the website name is the Perfect. Okay, by the way, you can use your name instead, or your company name, because you can actually put a lot of website in an account. So I'm going to use Angie's site because I'm not sure, maybe I have a lot of sites in the future. So yeah, Angie's sites is perfect. And then the website name is the Perfect Cosmetics. Okay, and then is it an HTTPS or HTTP? So what the industry? I'm gonna put it maybe beauty and fitness. And then what's your country? Philippines. And then create. And then you need to accept all the terms and condition and click accept. And then this part will be your tracking tools. So this is your tracking ID, and you also have your tracking code. So you can use any of them, so either ID or code. So this is your account, and then this is the property, and you can put a lot of properties, a lot of website into your account. So, and like this one, I'm gonna create another let's say a website, so another website, and then your website, blah blah blah. So that's it. Okay, so after we already created a Google Analytics account, it's time to install the tracking ID so the Google Analytics can receive data to our website or to our YouTube channel. And I'm gonna cover installing a Google Analytics into your WordPress using a plugin if you're not into tech savvy, or using without using a plugin. So what's the difference? Using a plugin is super plug and play, but reason why other people do not use a plugin is because they don't want to overload their website. But if you are in the beginner side, then feel free to use a plugin. But I'm going to show you the process for the both, and we will also cover if you are using Wix as your website, you don't use WooCommerce, then I'm going to cover that as well. And also let's say, for example, you have a YouTube channel, so I'm going to give you where you should able to put your Google Analytics tracking code into your YouTube channel. So yeah, let's begin.
So let's start with the plugin. So click the add new and then Google Analytics share this. So you can install the one or the other plugins if you want to, but basically this is super easy. And then there is an option here after you install that one called Google Analytics. So you just need to put your tracking ID. Okay, and I'm going to use a different Google Analytics in here. So let me log out and use my bookworm head Google Analytics. So I went to Google Analytics under my personal Gmail and then went to admin area and then go to the tracking info. So it's just totally the same. You just need to get your tracking ID. That tracking ID is the important one. So you need to put that tracking ID and then click the saved. You can also exclude the roles like admin. You don't want to track the admin. So yeah, that's it. You can also use code if you don't want to use a plugin, like you can use the script instead. So you should put that code into your footer.php, but I highly recommend that you have a child theme. Do not put it on the parent theme. So right now I don't have a footer on my child theme, so I'm gonna open my parent theme. Okay, and then I will look for the file called footer. So the file is theme footer.php. Now I'm going to install a WP file. By the way, you need to have a WP file manager. I already have a WP file manager. So if you don't have a WP file manager, just go to WP file manager. Go to add new and click the WP file manager. But right now I already have an activated WP file manager plugin. So just simply go to the files of your parent theme. So this is under on the WP content and then themes folder and then the name of your parent theme. My theme is Divi and I'm gonna look for the footer that's called theme footer.php and I will copy that one and create a file version of my child theme. Okay, and then paste. Now I already have a copy version. I'll go back to the theme editor under appearance and then theme editor, and then I'll go to the theme footer.php, or you can also use the WP file manager. It really doesn't matter. And then you can put your script before the closing footer area. So I'm gonna put that script and then paste and update. But if you don't want to do this hassle thing, you can feel free to use the plugins instead. Yes, that's it. And you can deactivate the plugins that we just installed, so no need to do the duplicate process. If you use plugins, then use plugin. If you want to install the script into the your footer.php, then just choose one. Okay, for the Wix, go to the settings and then tracking tools, and then you should able to place your Facebook pixel and your Google Analytics ID there once you connected your domain. Okay, for the YouTube, go to the YouTube Studio and then go to the settings section and then go to the channel advanced settings and then scroll down and look for advanced YouTube settings, and then scroll down and you should able to see your tracking ID. Again, always go to Google Analytics and then okay, let's log in again and admin settings and then go to the tracking info and get your tracking ID. So that's really important. That's how important your tracking ID. So make sure you familiarize that process. then just simply hit save. By the way, if you find my video helpful, feel free to subscribe to my channel. Click that subscribe button and that like, thumbs up, and the bell notification if you want to receive new videos from me. So we're already done configuring our Google Analytics onto our website, and it should start receiving a data to Google Analytics. So from our website to our Google Analytics. Now, the next step would be optimizing the traffic or the data that Google Analytics receiving using the goals and filters. So why that is important? So it is important so we can block unnecessary traffic. Let's say, for example, me myself, like I don't want to track myself. I am an admin, or maybe my colleagues. I don't want to track my colleagues. I just want to analyze the visitors or my target audience. So yeah, we can block unnecessary traffic using filters and weighing how effective your page is or how effective your landing page is using goals. So maybe let's say, for example, your sales page is getting a lot of views but low conversion, or let's say, for example, your contact page have over 1,000 views but there's only one person submitted the form. So goals or conversion goals is super important, so you can weigh in how effective your page is. Maybe you need to revamp your page and add more elements in order to convert. So we will tackle that on this next scene, and hope you can stay still tuned. And now let's go to the conversion. So in order to see your conversion, you can go to the goals section or your goals URL. So how we can configure our conversion. So go to the admin settings and then go to the goals section. Then let's say I'm going to create a new goal. So click that new goal button. And then let's say I'm going to track all of my contacts. So I'm going to track all the conversion from my contacts. So let's say this is the URL. And I have a form in here. So, okay. So click the continue, and then destination is equals to this URL. And if there's a value, you need to put a value, but I'm not going to put a value. So let's turn that off. But I will add another funnel. So this will be conversion if they submitted the form. And, okay, let me open that page. Okay. And that page, let me check. So that form is a gravity form. So it is a plugin from WordPress, and I need to configure the thank you page of that form. So let's look for gravity. Look for gravity form, and I'm gonna look for the form which is ID number 6. So this is the form. And let me try to check what is happening after they submitted a form. So the confirmation is just a thank you message, and we want to track them. So I'm going to replace that with a page. So we need to create a page for that. So I will add a very simple page. So let's just revert it back. So I'm going to copy that content and go to the page section and then add new. And then let's just create a very simple thank you page. So let's call it TY, maybe thank you. Yeah, thank you for submitting. I'm gonna change this later. So text, and then just a simple text. And then let's put the URL, this log for TY thank you maybe. Then hit OK. And not really fancy, just hit the published, and let's grab that URL. So that URL, I will use that URL as a confirmation page. So we will edit that confirmations, and I'm going to replace it with a page which is the page that we just created. It's called thank you for submitting, and then save confirmation. Now all of the submissions will be go to this contact page. So this will be our conversion funnel. So let's name that submitted the form. So, and then I'll put the thank you page, and it should be required. So they will be only fall into the funnel if they submitted the form. So let's click the save, and that's it. Go to add filters, click admin, and then filters. So, and then yeah, that filter, and I'm gonna name it maybe exclude members from the WordPress, and you can choose custom or predefined or exclude and include. I'm gonna use exclude in this option. So because I want to exclude all the team members from WordPress. So this is my WordPress website. Okay, the backend side. So everyone who went to WP admin will be excluded in the traffic. So that WP admin thing, I will isolate that on the subdirectory. So that's it. You can also exclude filters by IP addresses. So let's say, for example, exclude Angie. So I want to exclude myself, and then I'm gonna put the traffic from the IP addresses, and then simply go to the what's my IP address.com, and then you copy your IP, and then you put it on the IP address, and then click save. And oops, sorry, so that are equal to, and then save. And yeah, that's it for now. I hope you find it helpful. And there's also other Google Analytics alternative that you can install into your website. One is Hotjar. So Hotjar is actually a heat maps, and you can see which part of your page your audience interactive most. So feel free to check Hotjar. I'm gonna put some links on my description, so if I miss something, so yeah, just check it on my link description below. There's also a mixed panel. So mixed panel is more into funneling. Let's say, for example, your sales page is contact page, and you want to see the referrals. Google Analytics have that features, but you need to configure that. But in mixed panel, it's super easy for you to configure. Let's say, for example, you have 100 submission into your contact page, and mixed panel has ability for you to see which are the referral of that conversion. So yeah, just feel free to check that out. That's it for today's, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and have a great day.